Jim Bunning is still at it. Jim Bunning is the senator from Kentucky. He's a Republican, of course, and he has held up a $10 billion package in the Senate. He's single-handedly filibustering it at this point. He says that, by the way, what's in that, as we explained to you on Friday, the unemployment extension for 1.2 million people. They will now not be getting it in March as scheduled. Now, hopefully, they will get around Jim Bunning some point soon, and then eventually those people will get those checks. But for now, the checks are stopped. Okay, so if you're unemployed, sad day for you. Jim Bunning has held up. These checks are not theoretical, by the way. That he's held up the money that is going to go towards feeding, clothing, etc., the families of 1.2 million people across the country. Okay, now that's not all. It was also had money for the transportation department. This bill did to the tune of $190 million a day. So all those projects have been stopped in their tracks. Among the construction sites where work will be halted, a $36 million replacement of the Humpback Bridge on the George Washington Parkway in Virginia, $15 million bridge construction and stream rehabilitation in Idaho, $8 million resurfacing of the Natchez Trace Parkway in Mississippi, and the list goes on and on and on. And all of this is stopped because Jim Bunning says, no, now you're going to do it my way or you're not going to do it at all. Now, the extension of a lot of these projects is going to happen in the larger jobs bill that the Senate is going to take up on Wednesday. But they needed this bill so that the projects wouldn't stop and that the checks wouldn't stop, et cetera. And it was supposed to be a bridge to get to the real fix, right? Now that bridge has been blown up by Senator Bunning, and this has tremendous consequences throughout the country. And when asked about it, he had basically said earlier, tough crap, to a senator from Oregon who was a Democrat. And the one thing he was concerned about last week was he missed the South Carolina-Kentucky game, the basketball game that he was going to watch. But he's the one holding it up. But nonetheless, he's like, well, I can't believe you guys made me miss that game by the rest of you not caving into my demands. So now here comes another interesting part. So what is Bunning demanding? Now, because this is causing a huge ruckus throughout the country for understandable reasons. Well, he's demanding that the $10 billion get paid for. Okay, you say, hey, you know what? That sounds pretty good. I agree with that, right? I want to balance the budget, pay as you go, et cetera. But here's the funny twist on that. Turns out he was perfectly happy with the jobs bill that Reid pulled earlier, the one we told you about, the one that was loaded up with tax cuts for some of the wealthiest corporations in the country. So it turns out it's not that he cares about the deficit, and he said it when he's defending his position. He said if Reid hadn't pulled that bill, and that was bipartisan, Democrats and Republicans were ready to sell out together to corporate America. If he hadn't pulled that bill helping my corporate friends, you know what? I wouldn't have had to do this. So if he's saying if you put tax breaks for the largest corporations and the wealthiest Americans back into the bill, then he's fine with it. Then he'll let go of this hold. You know, for a brief second there, I am too hopeful a guy. Because for a brief second, I thought, Jim Bunning, he's retiring, he's a little different, right? And he did some good fighting against the Fed in some ways and against Bernanke, right? I thought, since he's retiring, you know what? Maybe he's taking like a populist stance, or maybe he's taking a real stance against the budget, etc. No, of course not. Even on his way out the door, fighting for corporate America to the last possible day. Now, ABC News caught up with him as he was about to get in apparently a senator elevator, and he did not take kindly to that. So let's watch that video.
So we just wanted to ask you...
Excuse me, this is a senator-only
elevator. Can I come on the elevator?
No, you may not.
Can you tell us why you're blocking this vote?
I already did. Explained it.
Well, what is the issue? And are you concerned about these people who are unemployed?
I've got to go to the floor.
Senator, can you just explain to us why you're holding this up? I'm sure you have an explanation.
Excuse me.
Okay, are you concerned about those that are going to lose their benefits?
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
This is for senators only, not for people asking me questions about what I'm holding up the benefits for millions of Americans. No, this is an exclusive elevator for senators only. It goes straight into the ass of corporate America. And I emerge out there and I go, what would you like? Now,
Excuse me.
this was not caught on tape, but according to reports, he at one point gave the ABC reporters the middle finger. Stay classy, Jim Bunning. So until corporate America gets this pound of flesh, all you folks with your unemployment problems, too bad for you. All you that want the jobs bill to create jobs and to build infrastructure in the country, sad day for you. Pound of flesh, that's what they want.